Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I have this for you. What is it? It's a Fender Micro Mustang, or Mustang Micro. So basically this is an amp modeler, right? And the size of a very small thing. What I have here is a mini jack. I'm going to talk about the options you have here, okay? So this has like 25 amp models. On this side you connect it, and also there's Bluetooth, so you can pair up your headphones and stuff like that. And once I connect it, all the lights come here in. Okay, now there's a bunch of options here. You have amp, effects, EQ, and then effects and modify. Basically on the amp knob you choose from lots of different amps. I'm going to show you what the box brings. Then the EQ is a very basic EQ where you toggle between kind of a more bass and less bass, nothing too fancy. And the colors show you what you're doing. Then you have effects, a big amount of effects, and then you have effects, a big amount of effects, and then you have modify, so you can modify the effects. So this is the case where it comes. It's already kind of messed up, and okay. Warranty, safety instructions, safety something, and then there's this, which explains you what to do with your Micro Mustang. And then there's this cool card. This is really basic. It's just play and shut the fuck up. And it says all the amps that it brings, the effects, and what it does to modify those effects. Let's see if you can focus. I'll put a screenshot or something like that. So basically you choose between, 10 more amps, like 65 Twin, 65 Deluxe, 57 Twin. There's some of them like the first 65 Twin plus compressor. There's a metal amp, bass breaker, Uber, FB, probably a Friedman. And then there's the effects, and there's some settings where you have more than one effect at the same time, like 3 effects: chorus, delay, and reverb. Of course you cannot change the parameters of any of these effects. You just engage them, and then you modify, and the modification basically is if you want less or more of those. So like I told you, there's an USB, I think I told you, C here. You can connect to your PC or Mac and use it as a sound card and record with this. But the USB cable is so small that I decided to use this mini jack, it's split it into 2 jacks, going to my Apollo interface and then Logic, and let's check out some tones. So you basically plug this here, very easy, turn it on. Now I don't have another camera to film this, and it's constantly moving, lights are on, but I'm gonna try to explain you guys what this is doing. So right now I have it on the 65 Twin plus compressor, okay? And excuse me my playing because I didn't warm up, and it's been a little bit of a pain here with my tendinitis, that it's not much better. So in terms of EQ, I have it to less bright. Effects, there's a hall reverb with a little reverberation. Here on the 4th position. Let's increase the reverb. This changes lights from blue to green to white to yellow to red. I think it's maxed out, not reverb. This is a hall reverb, so it's really small. It sounds pretty good. Let's make it a little more brighter. Totally more bright. so you guys can hear the difference. Something in between, less bright. Okay, it's audible, but certain models more audible than others. Now let's stick with this effect because there's too many effects, or probably I should go and change effects on this patch because this patch is clean. So I'm gonna change effects. I'm gonna toggle between the effects. So this is a spring reverb. I'm gonna change parameters. There's no camera filming, like I said, so you guys take a listen. Now the reverb, gonna increase it to the max. Pretty cool. It really sounds like a Fender amp. Let's put this baby brighter, much brighter. Sounds awesome. Let's go for another effect. I don't know what comes next, let's see. Wow, some modulation stuff. I gotta tell you that in terms of effects, this thing is amazing. Very pristine, studio-like reverbs and delays and chorus and stuff like that. It's amazing. I mean, for the size of it, really. Wow. Let's increase this just to see what happens. So the chorus increases here a little bit, as well as the reverb. Amazing. The effects are amazing. Let's do another effect now for the blue light. See what happens. Now what I have here. So the colors don't always match necessarily what's in there. It's kind of confusing here. We have now kind of I don't know, chorus and reverb. Before it was a modulated reverb. I believe I told you it was a chorus. Let's put this to max. Yeah, every time you change effect, it defaults to minimum, which is cool. Very cool. Now, another one, back to the card. Flanger and reverb. Let's put this max out so see what it sounds like. Awesome. Next one, purple. I'm sorry, got it. So the purple here is not exactly purple, but anyway, vintage tremolo and reverb. Better leave this here. Hope it doesn't fall. Now here we increase the amount of the velocity of the tremolo. Okay, this one is cool. less bright. Pretty cool. Okay, let's go for another one, which is a vibraphone and a reverb. Let's try to make this fast because there's a lot of effects. I'm going to just show you the effects and then the amps, okay? Also very cool. Let's go for the next one, which is a harmonic, tremolo, and reverb. And max out the hell of this thing to see what it sounds. Well, maybe not so much. So there's like a million combination, not a million, but closer. Now this is a yellow one. See, this is yellow for me. Here it says it's in red here and says slapback, delay, and reverb. This is kind of odd. The colors are kind of messed up. Probably this needs a firmware update, I don't know. Now, there's not harmonic tremolo. Yeah, harmonic tremolo. I'm getting confused with effects here because of the colors. Can be a little bit confused. Now, purple, it's a chorus and a reverb and a delay. Or is it a tape delay? Because the colors are kind of messed up here. Seems like a slapback delay and a reverb. The colors could be a little bit better. Now we have a chorus, a delay, and a reverb. Let's increase this. Very similar to the other one. I don't know. Let's go for a a tape delay and a reverb. Okay. Here he just increased the amount of repeats, basically. So I believe you cannot increase the tempo of the delay. You can, just EQ. Was a little bit, okay. Now brighter again, and that's it on the red maximum. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's impossible to modify the tempo of the delay, which is it's a pity, unless you have some sort of pressing two knobs at the same time or something like that. But there's nothing here mentioning that. Okay, next, what we have next? Now we have a chorus, delay, and reverb, so the colors are really messed up on this. And let me increase. For certain effects, it goes back to 0. The modify knob. For other effects, it stays with max value. I don't know why. We're just on a 65 twin plus compressor. And the last effect is 2290 delay and reverb. Yeah, on this delay, it says here on modify, I'm reading it now. On this one, you can increase or decrease the time delay. Let's check out. Less. Doesn't seem like anything is changing, but it says here delay time on the modify knob. Fast. Still the same time. Still the same time. So I guess the instructions are not very precise, or maybe this needs an update, something like that. Although I went to the firmware page from Fender, it says there's nothing here to see yet. But we never know. Probably there's some bug fixes and stuff like that. Now, let's put this on the effects back to an all reverb. And now the EQ, let's put it in kind of in the middle, and now let's go to the next amp, which is a 65 Deluxe. I guess you can add some pedals on this, maybe on the signal chain if you want some distortion with this amp, I don't know. Next amp, 57 Twin. And once again, you just have the EQ and the effects and modify. I believe there's nothing you can do about the amp itself in terms of drive. There's not. This one has a little bit more of drive. And once again, it's red in here, but it's green there. I don't know if this is some battery problem, but it doesn't make much sense. Sorry, now we have the 57 Twin. Probably was my mistake. The other one was the 65 Deluxe. Yeah, 57 Twin. No, sorry, now the colors are correct. In terms of tone, I mean, the Fender amps that are here, they sound superbly good. You guys will see on the recording, they sound really, really good. Cool. Let's go for the other amp, next amp. Okay, now I see you have to press twice, because when you press once, it makes sense, and probably the colors was me messing this up. When you press, the lights go off, and when you press again, the lights come up, and they come up with the amp you had. So it makes sense. Now we are on the 60 British. Sorry for all the mistakes at the beginning. Now we have some distortion. A bit of breakup, sounds really good. Awesome. Now, yellow one, 65 Deluxe plus green box. I think we all know what that means. I'm running out of time on my camera. Sorry for my playing, my arm is not really in great condition. And now, next we have the 70s British. Yes, okay, now this is purple and that is kind of red, but doesn't matter. Okay, and next we have the 90s American amp. So I'm with my glasses now. The camera just died before this amp, so let's go and see how it sounds right now. Pretty cool. So let's go for the next amp that comes here, which is the Bass Breaker 15. So let's put it up, and it's the orange color, kind of orange here, and here it's red. Something's mixed up here, but let's go for it. Now these are amps with more distortion, and there's a metal amp as well there. I don't know if these are touch sensitive, so I'm gonna pull back a little bit the volume to see how they clean up. And they clean up beautifully. Awesome, sounds great as well. I think every amp here sounds great. And now we have the FBE 100, and I think this stands for Friedman, which is purple. And yeah, let's go and see how it sounds. Probably I should change guitar. Let's see how it sounds on this one. Cool, sounds awesome, always with my card. Now let's go for the Metal 2000. I really can't see. War Marshall, probably. JCM 2000, I don't know. Let's see how it sounds. I'm not adjusting the brightness. Let me take a little bit of brightness right now. Very beefy and sounds really cool. Yeah, you can do metal on a Stratocaster. Let's go to the next one. So we have now a Uber, and its color code, it's okay, not pink. Oh, anyways, let's go. Something like pink. Well, it sounds like this. Let's increase the brightness a little bit. I'm not adding any effects to these amps, or the video is already too long. It will be more, millions of combinations almost. just an all reverb. And finally we have a studio preamp in blue. I really don't know what it is supposed to do, being a studio preamp. We're gonna take out the brightness and see how it sounds right now on the neck pickup. Increase the brightness, top out the brightness. Okay, so this is the demo, or this was the demo of the Fender Mustang Micro. As you guys can see, it fits perfectly here. If you have like a Les Paul, this thing bends and stays like this. So it's really cool. So where do I think this fits? I mean, in terms of market, because you already have like the Waza headphones, and this retails for 99 euros. So basically it's much cheaper, but doesn't have the capabilities of the Boss Waza headphones. And this is really, I think it's the point here is to make it simple, so you can grab a guitar and just play, don't mess around with anything, because you just can't. There's no I was thinking to myself, maybe they should add some editor and software to this, but now that I think twice, I believe that would probably ruin the unit, because you'll spend too much time fiddling with your tones, knobs and stuff like that for just a small unit, so you can take with you for holidays or something like that, or practice late night, and you don't need an amp, just this and a pair of headphones, lots of time of battery. So it's really good for this kind of unit. And for the price range, there's nothing that comes close to it, nothing. Those Voxes and stuff like that, the amp plug, I think it's like that, they don't have this. And Fender claims to use the same kind of DSP inside here as their top of the range Mustang. So it's pretty neat, such a small unit. The effects for me are studio quality, recording them, it's superb. And like I said, you can't compare this to the Waza Boss and Waza goes Boza, and you can't compare it because that's everything is on the headphones, and you have that kind of gyroscope and all the abilities with the app. You can edit your tones and save them to the library and stuff like that. So it's a much more featured product. This one is just plug it and forget it, because you're not going to adjust necessarily the time of the reverb, the tail, or the type of the delay, I mean, right? Or the increase or the amount of distortion or not. You just have a few amps, a lot of effects, a lot of combinations, and it sounds great. So you guys enjoyed this video, and that's it. Stay tuned for more. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and cheers, stay safe.